Welcome to Immune Healing Session. I'm Angie Tora, holistic healthcare practitioner. I've been practicing as an advanced certified body practitioner for over 2 decades. In today's session, we are going to address autoimmune conditions. Scan your life, your health. Think about 3 to 4 categories of your life where you have been struggling related to your immune system, fatigue, pain, inflammation, a chronic condition. Put it on the scale on 0 to 5 in the past week. Once you receive this session, reevaluate these parameters of your health. After 10 days of receiving the session, I'll be happy to hear your feedback on the changes that you've noticed. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and we will address the immune system. The focus of the session is to look at the story that your body has to unravel. Firstly, the priority is brain balancing, optimizing the communication between the left and right hemisphere. Imagine our left and right hemisphere are 2 characters, one intellectual, other one intuitive. And the communication networks between these centers of the brain is scrambled with the stresses of our everyday life. These 2 centers of the brain could be functioning abruptly, not functioning as a whole. We are working on balancing the communication through the electromagnetic frequencies between the left and right hemisphere. Take a few deep breaths while I'm addressing this balancing called cortices, balancing the cortexes and the left and right hemisphere. So this technique is like running a reset on your nervous system. Think about your nervous system like a computer. You hit a reset on your computer when it's sluggish. Similarly, this technique is for optimizing the flow of qi, circulation, and communication networks between the left and right hemisphere. Now we are balancing the limbic brain, reorienting this left and right hemisphere of the brain. The priority for this session is running a reset on our 3 nervous system. The head brain, which is our intellectual mind, the heart brain, which is our knowing wisdom, and the gut brain, which is our intuitive mind, our discernment. As a priority is with stress, the communication networks between these 3 centers are compromised. When these 3 nervous systems function in coherence and in collaboration, it gives peaceful mind. Stress impacts the communication networks and vice versa. When these 3 centers are not communicating well, it will contribute to excessive thinking, worrying, anxiety. We are running a reset on optimizing the communication between the head brain, heart, and gut brain, 3 brains to process the information and function through the everyday stresses of our life. What's scrambling this 3 brain communication is fear and anxiety. So immune system is very sensitive to our stress levels. And the first piece is reorganizing the communication between these 3 centers so we are able to deal with stress better. I'm working on balancing the yin and yang, the left and right side of the body. The governing vessel meridian, which runs through the spine, controls the central nervous system, and the conceptional vessel meridian, which runs from the center of the body and controls the circulatory system. This balance of yin and yang is what we are focusing on to support the nervous system to handle stress better. Another priority in this session is stress and anxiety. We are doing a treatment called environmental balancing, balancing you to your external environment. This could be your personal life, your work, and how these environmental factors are triggering seeing the environment as a threat and functioning from the survival mode, which is called sympathetic nervous system, constantly triggering high cortisol levels and stress hormones. So environmental balancing, so we are able to handle the environment better. Secondly, running an active memory treatment clearing all the emotional stress accumulated in the past, which has contributed these neural pathways, specifically the amygdala complex, to be short-circuiting into high cortisol levels, a fight-flight mechanism. Firstly, environmental balancing. Secondly, addressing active memories, clearing all the emotional stress. Thirdly, rewiring the nervous system out of fight-flight survival mode, which means the production of heightened dopamine. With each stimulus in our environment, instead of overproducing cortisol levels, the nervous system is able to use secondary pathways, reorienting this amygdala complex, balancing and rewiring it to the prefrontal cortex to reassess the environment and enhance the pathways for dopamine, the reward hormone, and oxytocin, the hormone of connection. Once we work on shifting and rewiring the nervous system out of survival mode, optimization of the immune system. When the nervous system is in survival mode, the immune system sees the environment as a threat and it overproduces inflammatory hormone. I'm working on balancing hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal. It's a kidney adrenal complex. We are addressing adrenal fatigue due to high stress. Then we are working on optimization of the immune system, the innate immunity team and adaptive team, to shift out of this heightened inflammatory mode. I'm picking up 14 epigenetic markers. Epigenetics is the influence of the environment at the cellular level. With stress, how these epigenetic markers switch on certain immune cells, such as natural killer cells and T killer cells, into overproducing inflammatory hormones. The story is the stress, the accumulated fear and anxiety, active memories, and the third thread, epigenetic markers, is toxins. So I'm running another treatment of search and retrieval toxins. So we are running a body chemistry repetitive treatment for the toxic overload. And then optimizing the liver and the whole of the lymphatic system, bringing in hydration with easy water, also called structured water. Easy water is 3O2. For detoxification, addressing the cause and the impact. Impact is the epigenetic markers on the natural killer cells and T killer cells tipped these immune cells into overproduction of inflammatory hormones. Running a cellular repair treatment at the level of DNA and non-conducting RNA for clearing these epigenetic markers. Bringing in a frequency of 300 to 400 hertz to support the immune system out of the inflammatory mode, bringing in this frequency of 430 solfegeous sound frequency to the nervous system, specifically to the limbic brain and hypothalamus, to increase the endorphins, enhance the mood stabilizing hormones, reduce stress. We need to address gut microbiome. We are optimizing the gut microbiome, working on certain species with the function of training the immune system into tolerance, producing anti-inflammatory hormones. These 7 species are depleted, their communication networks are compromised. We are running a treatment for bringing in the healthy blueprint and the biofilm of these missing species with the function of optimizing the immune system into tolerance. I'm running another parallel session on the impact of past vaccinations on the immune system. We are running a cellular repair treatment at the level of RNA, specifically the heavy metal used as a base in the vaccination and how that triggers the immune system and how that correlates to this heightened inflammatory mode. I'm setting up this treatment at the level of sattva consciousness. Now we are working on balancing the chakras. I'm specifically focusing on balancing the crown chakra and base chakra to bring in earth element and the universal consciousness. We are setting up torsion fields at the level of mitochondria of the lymph nodes, macrophages that reside in the lymph nodes, to bring in energy and vitality from 0 point field. As well as we are working on draining out fear and anxiety from the diaphragm, from the pelvis into the earth element to neutralize it. Even though we are working on supporting the immune system, stress, emotions, toxins, vaccinations, microbiome imbalance, these contribute to the immune system that is tipped into inflammatory mode. So we are addressing this whole piece of puzzle. Few deep breaths as I'm working on integrating this session. I'm also working on optimizing the governing vessel meridian and Yang Wei Ma meridian to support the immune system. So we are working on integrating the morphogenetic field of this treatment through activating the three brains. Your body would be processing this treatment for next 1 week. Make sure you're drinking more water. And after 10 days, see how you're doing. Take care.